How's it going, friends? Welcome back to another video here with me, Arne. We're playing, this time, not standard, no, we're back to Explorer / Pioneer. There's going to be the regional championship in Lille, in Europe, to qualify the European players for the Pro Tour, and even the first and second place will be qualified for the World Championship directly, World Championship 2025. For me, it's a little bit of a different story this time around. I'm actually also going there, but I will not be competing. I will try myself on coverage. I'll be part of the broadcast team. I'll be commentating in the booth as the expert role. So very exciting to try myself on the bigger stage of coverage. I've done like a little bit of commentating here and there on like streams or a smaller event here in Berlin a couple of years ago. But definitely not on a big stage. And yeah, I'm excited about that, of course. But it will also mean that I should learn the format a little bit. And I tell you, Pioneer or rather Explorer. So the format is going to be Pioneer, but Explorer, to be fair, at this point, most of the top decks are completely existing in both formats, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, I do want to be as much prepared as possible, so I'm going to play the format now to have, all the knowledge I need as a commentator in the booth. And the format has changed dramatically from last time I played it. Is it Phoenix is still around, right? Like we had the ban of Soaring and Amalia, which are gone. But some of the other decks are really looking cracked with, is it Phoenix now, with Artist Talent, putting it to new heights, Rakdos Prowess, sort of the similar deck to the standard deck, very similar in cards as the Gruul Prowess deck, just splashing for black instead of green. Then we have like Rakdos Demon decks, we have all kinds of decks, Rakdos Transmogrifies, Rakdos Tree, Blue-White Control has made a little bit of a comeback. Celestial Company is all of a sudden a deck. There's a lot of strategies that have not existed 6 months ago or that have drastically changed, which is really awesome to see. And I'm going to start out with Blue-White Control here. This is a list by my friend and very talented player, Daniele Tobia Nappi, or Tobia Daniel Nappi. In any case, very strong player who's actually not qualified for a Pro Tour. Loves playing control deck at every single event. You know him under Ignotus online. And he just won the standard challenge on Magic Online with this take on Blue-White Control. What is going on here? We don't have any Deduce, interestingly enough, quite a strong card draw spell. And we also don't have Temporary Lockdown. Another interesting meta decision there. And I think if you look at the metagame, it does make kind of sense. Temporary Lockdown isn't especially good against anything besides the Rakdos Prowess deck, where it does shine. But that deck also deals you damage in like huge chunks with pumping up their creatures and then flinging them at you with that Sellsword creature. And against that type of strategy, you do kind of want to have instant speed removal up. So here we see 4 normalize to counter stuff and 8 instant speed removal spells to get rid of any pumped up buffed creatures. March of Otherworldly Light, of course, very strong there. And also 2 copies of Portable Hole. Portable Hole is an excellent 1-mana removal spell. Previous blue-white list couldn't really play the card because it anti-synergies with the Temporary Lockdown. But if you forego the lockdown, of course, the whole makes sense. The Deuce, not in the list as well. And I think that comes sort of down to Ignotus really wanting to play Narset, part of Wales in this format right now. Narset has not really shined as of late in the last few years. But now with Artist Talent as often at 4, often Phoenix, Narset is quite good there, and Unholy Annex is a really strong card against any control player, and Narset shuts off Unholy Annex pretty well from the Demon's archetype. So we see 3 copies here in the main deck of the Hate Planeswalker, which I think just makes a ton of sense. So great metagaming there by Ignotus, and that's really the art of playing control. I followed Tobia for a while, you know, if you go to MTG Goldfish or whatever and just look through all the various blue-white lists, over the months, you always see iteration, you see changes, adapting to the metagame. And that is the stuff of a great mind and a great player, to just understand where you have to position yourself as a control mage in the metagame right now, adapt to it, and then figure out a plan and get rewarded with a standard challenge win. Rest of the deck is I guess, pretty stock. We have 3 Veto, 4 No More Lies, no Sensor shenanigans, just relying on the good 2-mana counters, no 3-mana counters, no 3 steps ahead. Format is pretty fast, it seems, so I understand that. 3 Emperor, 3 Teferi, a little bit on the higher end of Teferi here. Card does win games pretty quickly. You do have instance free removal like Get Lost and a lot of 2-mana counter spells that pair very well with the turn 5 Teferi to untap 2 lands and still have interaction up, so I guess that makes sense. 3 Deluge, the best blue card draw we've seen in a long time. And then we have an interesting sweeper suit. 2 Verdict, 2 Farewell. 2 Farewell does seem like a lot. I'm not quite sure about it, but I guess the idea behind it is that it is very, very good against another very strong new archetype, to be fair. Like, it was an archetype before, but now it's very strong. And the Overload of the Hauntwoods Enigmatic Incarnation deck, Farewell is a game against them. And then I suppose against someone who's on Unholy Annex, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Reckoner Bankbuster, those type of things. Maybe Rakdos Tree or Rakdos Transmogrify even. Like, these Rakdos decks seem to put a lot of non-creature permanents also onto the battlefield, and Farewell can deal with those nicely and clean all those up. I guess even against Phoenix, you can resolve this for 6 mana, get rid of their talents, exile their graveyard in a good spot, and be pretty happy. 2 Verdict in here as well. The mana base, 3 Field of Ruin, 27 lands in total. We get some man lands, we get the new Floodfarm Verge, continuously improving the mana base of these archetypes. And then in the sideboard, Rest in Peace, Mystical Dispute, Beza the Bounding Spree, our new anti-aggro hate card. Yeah, I mean, it's a powerhouse in Standard. No wonder it is also a powerhouse in Pioneer. 3 copies of Elspeth Smite, more instant speed removal for the Rakdos Prowess matchup. With this one, I'm a little bit less certain, because dealing 3 is not clean. And if they do have a pump spell like Monstrous Rage, they can maybe buff their creature to 4 toughness in response. So it is a bit of a risky endeavor. There's also stuff like Knockout Blow, which deals 4 damage and gains you 2 life. I'm wondering if that might be better. Although Elspeth Smite, of course, doesn't have a color requirement, so it can be brought in against, I don't know, Archon of Emeria, Green-White Company style decks as well. 2 Leyline of Sanctity down here. Cool new addition. I think this is for the discard heavy decks. Protect yourself against Duress, Thoughtseize, Liliana Ultimate. Some effects say like target player sacrifices a creature or what have you, so it protects from those as well. If they have Shieldred's Edict specifically, Leyline does not protect because Shieldred's Edict says each. But yeah, Leyline of Sanctity, kind of cool addition. And then 2 copies of Hullbreaker Horror on the sideboard. Honestly, not quite sure what the idea behind that one is. I mean, what comes to mind is, yeah, it's just like, I guess, blue matchups. Is it creativity? The mirror match, having a big uncountable Kraken is going to win you the games, hopefully. And then 1 copy of Narset's Reversal, which is a bit of a sweet one. You can bring it in against Treasure Cruise. Bouncing that and copying itself is very strong. Or I suppose in Pioneer, you can bring it in against Pour Over the Pages, Emergent Ultimatum out of Lotus Field. All right. That is blue-white control with Narset in the main deck, the newest list, the newest take. And I'm very excited to try this one out. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's get into it. On the play, double tap land start. I don't see a Giganta. I believe the Rakdos Prowess deck does play Giganta, so I am hoping it's not the fastest matchup ever. Binning the Portable Hole. And yeah. Let's hope to draw some lands, I guess. Oh, it's the Llanowar Elf deck. The new deck, Green-White Company. That was a good draw. Pass the turn. Having lots of counters here on the play is certainly nice against the Llanowar Elf. Llanowar Elf puts you essentially down a card in a way. Due to, you know, being a land. and you really want your spells to resolve after, and so having free counter spells in that regard seems pretty good for me. Playing an archive. I mean, I need the 5th land, but Normalize does seem pretty sexy. The deck is like full with companies and free drops. Okay, they don't have a company. Oh, they have Niente. I guess I know what they have. They probably have that Aven Interrupter card. I think they play that 4 times. Excuse me, guys. I'm really like trying to learn the format, so I'm not super up to date with everything. Yeah, I was correct about that one. I think I just have to keep the board clean, honestly. I don't really have a great answer for this 2/2 right now. I could end of turn Wandering Emperor, but if I do that, they might have another Aven Interrupter, which would really make me fall behind on board. So I do want to prevent that from happening and play around it as best as I can. No, they don't attack the elf. Interesting. Maybe they have 3-drop and 2-drop. Okay. That one I will let resolve. Italia. That one I cannot let resolve. It is somewhat tempting to just play the Emperor here. Because of the Aven Interrupter is a bit of a beating. I do have Teferi in hand though, so I have another expensive card that Aven Interrupter would get. So I play the Emperor here. They can also just Skyclave it, which isn't perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna pass. I feel like they might have passed the turn again there if they had an Interrupter. It's a pretty aggressive attack. Into my Emperor. Okay. Opponent's just becoming a little bit reckless, I suppose. Giving me the elf there for free. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Like, this thing will produce me a 4/4 token now if it leaves, so that is pretty good value, I say. Yeah, I mean, my draw was pretty good this game, not gonna lie. I could tap this to get a 4/4 right away, but I think it's unnecessary. Teferi does seem pretty powerful against this deck if it hits the battlefield. They have small creatures, so attacking it is tough. And yeah, Planeswalkers, generally speaking, pretty good against green white stuff. Like a Teferi type of card. But resolving it is, I guess, the issue, is the tricky part. Okay, well, now I'm sort of happy I have this Elspeth Smite instead of, what's it called? Knockout Blow. I think Narset is not great. Sure, it does shut off the Enduring Innocence stuff, which is their card draw engine. But I don't... Yeah, I think just like, if it's just too easy to attack for them. I don't love Get Lost. Get Lost is a pretty... I guess I should have addressed this in the introduction. Get Lost is not a great removal spell. It's another meta call, I think. It does blow up Artist Talent, which Artist Talent is like the new engine card from Phoenix, which you really want to destroy. And it does also destroy Unholy Annex, which is another very important enchantment in this format right now, I think. So that's why it's in there 4 times, I believe. I was also thinking about playing Soul Partition instead. Or like 2 copies of Soul Partition. Soul Partition seems quite good against the Prowess deck. Veto hits Company, and that's about it. Beza is the other consideration I have here. I could consider Beza. Get Lost really does seem a little iffy. Maybe I'll play 1 Beza. I have a lot of 4-drops, which isn't perfect. There's no Gideon Ella of Zendika in this format. That's a card they play in Pioneer in the sideboard as an anti-blue-white control planeswalker. They might just have some green planeswalker, I guess. I mean, there's also Wandering Emperor, which is pretty good, I guess. Huh. I mean, I do have a 2-mana removal. I have a Memory Deluge. I guess I'm keeping. I have an Elf here and start like into a turn 2 free drop or a Talia. Things could definitely get a little iffy for me. I'm just gonna archive because I really just want to find interaction. That is the one card. Tricky. Tricky. I think I'm gonna keep it. It's a bit of a risky keep though. Like I wouldn't judge anybody for bottoming there. Considering that they might just not have the company. Yeah, this is the type of start on the play that is difficult to beat for blue-white. My hand was already a little iffy. I kept this veto. Maybe a wrong decision. A little bit of a risky decision. Wrong, hard to say. And now they will probably name Get Lost, and then they have 5 power in play to my nothing, essentially. I'm a little surprised they haven't made up their mind yet. They named Dovin's Veto. What the heck? That's surprising. Is this some next level play telling me that they have Talia number 2 maybe? The company costs 5 right now. I'm just gonna kill that. Let him have the Talia. If there's some important non-creature spell you want to resolve, I'd rather make you pay 1 more mana for it. That makes my Deluge pretty expensive. I can end of turn Otawara it, perhaps. Eiganjo. I do have Anchorage, so they can't really... No, I guess they have Eiganjo now. They can freely attack. If they just play land and pass, not in a great spot here. Okay. Interesting. Otawara, they can just replay it, so I can't really do it. Really weird to name the Dovin's Veto. I did not understand that. I guess if they name Get Lost there, they can just hit me for so much damage. I think I would have lost this game pretty easily. Like, I just take... I'm already at like... At this point I already took 6 more, so I'm at 6. With this hand. I wouldn't... Yeah, I think my opponent just punted there. Cannot really explain it any other way. They were maybe thinking that I would blow up the Talia and then they could play company on turn 4 or something. I don't know. Okay, so we can bounce this now. Pressure's somewhat low. We're at 12 lives still. We have the Emperor coming down potentially. I'm a little bit worried about... company, I guess, but okay. At this point, I don't know anymore. Like, you just named the Dovin's Veto for no freaking reason, but was that a misclick? Okay. Well, What am I doing here? So if they play a Redain pre-combat... Oh, they don't. Okay. So if I make a Samurai, they can Eiganjo it. I think I'll just kill off the Talia.
I've learned much during my travels.
Then they will play Redain, and then I can Deluge next turn for 6 mana.
You are not
Make a Samurai with the Emperor. Shepherd Dunes, Field of Ruin. You do want to play out your non-basics first, if you can. Because of, what's it called? Archon of Meria. I have a response. Not the response I was hoping for. I guess I'll just take these two. Well, happy to put 4 lands to the bottom, I suppose. Yeah, it's kind of funny how Deluge is actually not that bad against... I mean, it is... It does... It's not a great deal to pay 6 mana for this type of stuff, but it's kind of funny how you do get to look at more cards. Alright, I go to 8. They have Shepherd Dunes. I could just play Emperor and exile the Bodyguard, and then Eiganjo the Redain when they attack. Then they're left with Voice of Resurgence. Actually, they can gain life. They can just sacrifice this and then... Oh, this also cost me 6 mana. For some reason, I thought it cost only 4. I think what I have to do here is I have to blow up the Shepherd Dunes and then pass the turn. So this way I can block the Anchorage, and if they just attack the Redain, I can Eiganjo it. Okay. Certainly annoying. Certainly annoying. Emperor costing a cheap 8. So if I kill the Redain, Emperor costs 6. If I kill Redain, I take 5, go to 3. I kill off Voice. I go to 5, and they're left with 6 power in play. That doesn't work out for me. How do I win this game? I block the Bodyguard, I take 5, I go to 3. Next turn, I block the Spellbinder, I draw an instant speed removal, I kill these 2. Go to 2, something like that. I have Get Lost March, I have Beza in my deck. I don't think killing Redain is the move, honestly. I think I have more outs if I try to eat the Bodyguard here. They didn't even gain the life. Yeah, I think we just lost. I kill this, I still take 5. No, never mind. I actually, what am I talking about again? No, I lost, right? It's exactly 3. No matter what I do. I block here, kill this, I take 3. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. My draw... The Deluge for 6 was really, really terrible. That was a little bit of an unfortunate situation. I guess I do want more Beza. Turns out I'm just losing to some mediocre beatdowns. Dovin's Veto was a blank there. They just didn't draw Company, but Company is the most powerful card in the deck. Maybe take out Teferi. Take out another Veto. Take out Get Lost. Farewell seems okay. I mean, they don't have. I mean, maybe not actually. Maybe Farewell is just way too clunky. I like one copy. I mean, I can get rid of like Enduring Innocences and stuff. But like against the deck of Elite Spellbinder, Anointed Peacekeeper, Raidane, and what's it called? The March of Otherworldly. Sorry, the Talia and the Aven Interrupter is what I was looking for. Yeah, 6 mana card's not great. Maybe I should also go lower on Teferi the more I think about it, honestly, because they have so many tax effects that really make these, especially these non-creature spells, pretty bad. I'm gonna keep up the mana here. If I didn't have No More Lies, I would kill the elf, but I think I'd rather have No More Lies up. I don't know. This is a bit of a tough turn. Maybe I should have passed there and just hope they don't have Company. Now they get to resolve free drop. Alright. Well, I guess I can exile that and get rid of one of the Get Lost, which is a fair deal. I assume they're gonna name Get Lost. But yeah, missing the land drop here is pretty bad, of course. It's exactly where... like, this is exactly how you lose against this deck, by not having mana. Mana is extremely important in this matchup. They have all these taxing effects. Alright, nothing. Playing a little bit of a cat-mouse game here. They're flooding, perhaps. If I ever tap out, they're gonna play a Company, so I can't really tap out. Okay, that was a good draw. I might just upkeep March this. So if they have an Aven Interrupter, I can No More Lies it. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna do that. Exiling a Get Lost. I could also exile No More Lies. 4 cards in hand. They're thinking about it. I would assume, I mean, this is open information. I do have this card, they know about that. This is a good exchange for me. I would assume they have a Company in hand and I really wanted to get rid of my No More Lies. That's why they did that. I could Field of Ruin to make my mana situation a little bit better. Should I? Probably. They can resolve a 2/2 flyer. If they do this, it's fine. They did not float mana, so no company end of turn. Or in this turn. Oh. Okay. Okay. Flooding out a little bit. That seems fine. No flash cards, so no company. I'm gonna take it. Yeah. They drew an instant. I had one turn window. Oh, now they drew an instant. Oh, this is bad. I think I'm just gonna pass again. Okay, so it's not a company, I guess. I just really want them to make a... Not that one. No! Oh, they must have drawn like an instant and then the voice off the top. Okay. Brutal. This is not good. I think what my plan is here... I don't know if this is a good plan, to be honest, but like... I'm just gonna try to make them tap low. And then slam a Teferi and hope to have that right to victory for us. Maybe I should have slammed the Teferi last turn, but I feel like if they have an even interrupter or a company there, I just lose, and they clearly did have an instant. They played a Temple Garden. Interesting. Yeah, I guess Temple Garden was the last card they had in hand. Then they drew a spell, an instant likely. Yeah, look, they drew an Aven Interrupter. God damn it. They drew an Aven Interrupter off the top on the right. Perfect turn. I needed one turn for them not to have that happen. But they did. They did make it happen. Brutal. Brutal. Guess maybe I should have just played into it. It does only cost 2 mana at that point, I guess. Maybe I did screw up and I should have just played it on the last turn. Just hope they have a bad company or something. Interesting. Huh. I'm actually in the game here. So I can exile the Interrupter, play Teferi, minus on voice, and then smite this Mystic. I could also exile voice, play Teferi, plus smite here, let him have an Interrupter in play. Go to 1. Probably best to just clean house, honestly. This was a roller coaster of a game. Pretty wild. But the funny thing is they have a win to... if they play Redain here, they win the game. If they play Redain on the backside. Because it does prevent damage. And then my smite wouldn't actually kill this Mystic. But that's a pretty wild play to make. Basically just plays around exactly smite. Of all the removal I have. This costs 6 mana to kill that thing.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Nope. Wait a minute. 3. Nope. Like this. Like that. Hooah! Barely getting there. Voice coming next turn, but we do have the answer. Talia, sure. And they concede. Ooh, that was tight. I assume this matchup is just very narrow margins. I feel like they have pretty good tools to beat me, honestly. They did kind of have an awkward draw here. They drew like 6 lands, and they had Lano Elf and Temple Garden. They had like 7 lands. That did flood out a bit. Didn't have a company to punish me with at any given moment. Didn't resolve a company the entire match, to be totally frank. I think they would have also won game 2. Was it game 2 or 3? I think they did win that game in the end anyways. Game 2 where they used Peacekeeper and could have named Get Lost, and that would have wouldn't have been close. So this matchup does seem a bit annoying, honestly. Alright, well, we got away with a win and we did learn something there, so that's nice. Alright, we're on the draw. Little landlight. We're playing against Giganta. I think that more or less means some type of Rakdos deck. Could be Transmogrify, could be aggro. I don't think it's demons. No, it can't be demons. So it won't be a mid-range. Like, it will be something lower to the ground. I do have Narset and Memory Deluge and Farewell. That's 3 somewhat expensive cards. 2 counter spells. Not enough lands. I think this is a mulligan in the face of Giganta. This is a mulligan as well. I mean, you could make a case that with a 1-mana removal you can keep this. And you do have a Get Lost. You could just bottom a Dovin Speedo and just hope to get lucky, but I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. Okay, this hand is serviceable. I would love to have this as a 7. What to put away? I don't think it's Portable Hole. It's none of the lands. I keep those. It's one of these 4 cards. 2 of these 4 cards. Probably Get Lost. I think Get Lost is good against specifically demons, but not against Giganta versions of the deck. And then it's Teferi or Veto. I think I might just put away the Veto, honestly. Like if I'm playing against aggro, I really don't want the Veto, I think. And if I play... Oh, okay. Oh, it's Convoke. Well, that's a matchup where not having temporary lockdown is somewhat costly. Yeah. Definitely. And that is what you always risk with control. Even if you build your deck in a certain way to beat the top 5 of the metagame, you might just get paired into Convoke, which is a bit of a rogue deck right now, and lose. It's just how it goes. Talia in the main deck even. Yeah, it's pretty good. Probably a concession to the success of Phoenix. Opponent missed the land drop. I guess I just Portable Hold this Talia. Yeah, my matchup against Convoke has gotta be horrific, honestly. The only sweepers in this list are the verdicts. Yeah, it looks smart on paper, but then you get paired into something where the lockdown is actually really important, and then you might get wrecked, although this is somewhat decent for me. They can crack the clue to draw a card. Oh, they don't want to? Okay. Natalia. Oh, really? Jesus. They did keep a 1-lander, I guess, on the play even. Alright, you got me. Playing against 2 Talia decks in a row here. This is not easy today, huh? Blue-white is being hated on. Well, well, well. That's how it goes. Alright, we do have Beza, which that card's great. Narset and Veto go. And Smite, I guess, and Beza come in. And that's pretty much it. I I think I'm gonna keep Farewell. Like just having any sweepers, even how expensive it may be. I guess there's an argument to be made to play Veto on the play, because there's stuff like Urabra's Forge. Get Lost is pretty heinous. Might just play 2 Vetoes. Alright. I mean, you could play maybe Temporary Lockdown on the sideboard, but yeah, then you play this Song and Dance again, where you're just like sort of trying to hedge your bets, which is also not great. Probably best to just fully commit to something, like fully committing to beating certain archetypes, not like trying to play this. Oh, I'm gonna hedge against Lockdown, and then Lockdown is bad in those matchups, but this good, you know what I mean? Like, that's also not great. But my hand is pretty awesome. I hope I'm gonna win this game. I just kind of got it all. Sure. I'll let them commit a little bit more. They can scry here. I'll probably make a case for a verdict on turn 4. Or let my opponent make the case for a verdict turn 4, I guess, is the better description. Another Epicure, sure. Not actively looking for anything right now, to be honest. Might be important though to have a third white mana in play. But I think it's reasonable to also play the Hall there. Surveil is a little bit better when you're actively looking for something. Binning a land, I guess, is also good there, I suppose. We're gonna do some tappity-tappy. Alright. Attack 4. Suspicious. Suspicious. I will not follow through on my plan of casting Verdict on turn 4 against free open mana. Very, very suspicious. I guess I'll play the untapped land because it does threaten a few things here. Just the bluff value. I don't have an Emperor, I don't have a Deluge. Yeah, I think that's fine. I really just want to keep my counterspell for some mass pump. Or some weird thing, like a Knight Errant, a Warrior's Call, a Forge, a Recruiter. Don't want to counter that. Yeah, that's gonna eat a counterspell. That's a little bit too much damage. Although I didn't make the math, how much would this have been? 11, I guess. I could have blocked one. Take 9. Would have put me to 5. Yeah, I think countering is good. Alright, I think now this is a fine play to make. Would have Recruiter? That's pretty good follow-up, nonetheless. Alright. Pretty good. So if I go Deserted Beach, Portable Hole, then I do actually get to draw a card of the Beza. A little bit of a question here. What do I want to exile? The Blood Token or a 1/1? Probably just a 1/1. Get to draw a card. Gain creatures. Not a Beza. Alright. Pretty good. Shepherd Dunes. Okay. We know they have one more spell in hand. They missed land drops, so it has to be a spell. What? What? That seems pretty weird. If I block like this, I lose my Beza and keep one fish. I'm thinking about like how do I make 1/1s with this, but there's no way for me making 1/1s. Even if I chump block here, I'm gonna have 2 creatures to 2 creatures if I play the next Beza. What I could do is I could like eat. This doesn't make any sense though. Just take 4. Sure. This was a bit of a weird play. It must mean their hand is pretty weak. Well, that was a good draw.
I know what must be done. We need to move quickly.
I think if I played Otawara, I can also Anchorage, I suppose. Alright, fine. Looks like I'm stealing this one. My opening hand was fantastic though. Remember I had like No More Lies, Beza, and all of that. Beza is great here. Tag my face. Happy trading. I could eat with the Anchorage, but I think I'd rather keep up the Veto at this point. I'm also happy if creatures die, because I do actually don't mind with the Beza in hand. Alright, we're entering the can't lose stage of the game. Opponent agrees. Okay. Didn't see anything special really, just the normal stuff. The Veto didn't really do anything for me, but you know, if they go for the turn 3 Forge, I'm gonna be happy about it. And Get Lost is truly atrocious. Like you can clearly see that Ignotus did not build this 75 with Convoke in mind. It's clearly not lining up well. But again, that is fine. You know, you can't prepare yourself with a control deck for every single matchup. That is a losing proposition. You will stretch yourself too thin and you will lose across the board. More than if you would focus on one particular matchup. No place before turn 4. Classic blue-white control, I guess, now. This hand is too good though. I think I can mulligan it. I have 2 great comeback plays. And you know, I do play some cheap cards, so they're in the deck, so I might draw them before turn 4. Maybe. If I'm lucky. Right. Well, Beza is kind of nice against that one. I did draw a cheap card, look at that. I guess I'll play Verge. Not sure if I want to cast this on Talia. I would have to lose one of these 2 cards. What could entice me? I mean, yeah. I like alone the bluff value is kind of valuable, I think. Yeah. And like if they play a Forge here, I might exile it pre-combat. Ay. Hey, what's going on here? What's up with all these paying tax type of cards? Could you guys stop with that? Ugh. Alright, what are they gonna do? They're gonna take my Beza? I wish I could exile this Memory Deluge with this match. Alright, so I take the Talia away, exiling the Supreme Body, I guess. Then they didn't make this expensive. I think I have to do that though, because I'm just gonna die if I don't. It's pretty sad, but... Well, let's see, let's think about this. Okay, so if they play this and they take their March, what happens then? This costs me 4 mana with this, so they can't cast it next turn. Then they hit me for 6, I could play Beza on turn 4, then play Verdict on turn 5. Alright, you know, you got it. You got it. You got it. Take whatever you want. Take my 4-drop, take my March, whatever you want. Make your decision. If you take my Beza, I'm going to March your Talia. No? Yes, maybe. They take the Verdict. And then I'm not going to do anything. Okay. Alright. Drawing a white card was good. I'm just gonna kill off this Spellbinder. I could take 6. Take 6, take 6, take 6. No, I think I'm not taking 6. It's kind of funny that Beza might regain you the card that you exile with March. Just a little bit of a synergy. Alright, don't do anything crazy to me. Untapped, Foundry, Warden, Giganta. Pass the turn with 3 mana open. How very unsuspicious of you, opponent. How very unsuspicious. Alright, I mean, I'm not up to date with the latest Convoke list. I presume they have that stupid flyer. Even Interrupter. First list I clicked on does have it. Second list doesn't have it. Third list doesn't have it. But what else is that supposed to be over there, you know? Also combos with Spellbinders, so that gives them more incentive to play it. I mean, whatever, I guess. They have what in play? They have 5, 6 power. Okay. Maybe they were just bluffing me. Okay. Oh, that's why they kept up. Let's see. They have 1 card in hand. I think, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna double block here actually. So take 8, go to 9, and then I have this Anchorage blocking everything. And the Warden is the one creature that can sort of... Oh, this is actually interesting. If I played this, I can play Deluge, I guess. Yeah, no, I have to play this. And I can also go Anchorage plus Smite. Alright. Really? Okay, I'm not gonna fuss around. I mean, if you got it, I guess. Alright, my Convoke opponent decided to just not play it out and just disappear, apparently. So, yeah, I was just sitting here waiting for them to rope out a couple times, which is always fun. I guess what I noticed about that is that as soon as I get into Explorer, this happens, but I have to comment that in standard over, I don't know, 200, 300 matches I played recently. Maybe not that many matches, but a lot of matches. This does not happen, so Explorer, guys, get your shit together, I'd say. What is this? What is this? This is not how you play Magic the Gathering. Don't roll people out. Alright, playing Yorion, so this could be the High Noon deck, the how's it called? Enigmatic Incarnation. Kaffeekete. We have Narset, which is also nice against Up the Beanstalk, so that's good. And yeah, I just realized, by the way, cat lost. Probably not. Close one, not too bad, not too bad though. I just realized that this deck can play Kahira, which, oh, that is interesting. Maybe it's not that deck, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what mana they play these days. Okay. They do have Leyline Binding, right? I feel like Narset isn't the safest thing in the world, and I'm tapping out next turn anyways for her. So I should probably counter that. Interesting. Another Narset is interesting. I'm just gonna take the Veto. A little bit of defense. If they go like Overlord into Enigmatic, I'd rather have the Veto than having a second set. Favor. That's good. I would like to have a March. No March. Interesting. I think I'm just gonna pass. My Narset will go, but at least they can't use the Fable, which is kind of nice. They did some good job there, drew me 2 cards, you know. Fine. Definitely happy I countered the Beanstalk, because, you know, looking at my hand, I wouldn't be able to. Oh, interesting. 4 cards in hand. Didn't return the Yorion, which is noteworthy. Makes me think they're just sitting on Leyline Binding. If they are, I still do get to draw a card. Which isn't the worst outcome ever. I think I'm just gonna slam Teferi. Yeah, I could play a little bit of a cat-mouse game there, just pass the turn and sort of have them keep up their mana, but they also don't only have to keep up 2 mana. So it's not like that much. Oh, wow. Oh, damn. Alright, they got me good. Damn. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. They got me a little bit there, but it is okay. I did not expect Kutzit's flanker. Pretty good. Smart play. Yeah, it was better off passing the turn there. It's probably just a one-off that they can fetch with the Enigmatic. Some graveyard hate. Playing Otawara makes me think they're somewhat low on lands. Which is not a good sign for me. So I'm kind of running low on action. They have some, if they have like a 6 mana Overlord or something, okay, that's fine, I guess. Or they can resolve another spell. Furnace. I can portable hold that, that's funny. Because they have Yorion, I don't think I can play this proactively. What happens actually? They have to then invest 5 mana to flip this. which would give them a card a turn. Okay, I guess I can't let that resolve, can I? Yep, you got it. Pretty nice that their removal is just a card draw engine and against blue-white control. That's pretty annoying. That was a good draw though. March. Emperor. Doesn't really look like I need that. I think I just want like Farewell. That's sort of the MVP here. Farewell to Teferi. Just gonna deluge for a Farewell and hope to find it. Take 4, that's fine. I messed up actually. Stupid me, I punted. What I was meant to do there, and I had it already lined up in my head. Just didn't say it. In response to... Oh, is there actually a possibility to respond to this? I guess maybe not. No, never mind. Well, what I was thinking about for Sec is that in response to the 5 mana activation, I can kill off the Portable Hole to exile the Sauna again. Anyways. I guess Narset is pretty dope here. And Teferi. Sure. Sounds good. This only hits creatures. Yeah. Also the Portable Hole doesn't even work because of the Elishn one. Never mind. Alright, farewell. This would be the perfect timing for you. I could scry first, but I think I'm not going to do that. Oh, farewell. If I plus Teferi, I will have the Eiganjo in play. I can exile the Emperor to exile this. Otherwise... I can just pay the full 6 to kill this. That doesn't seem great. I think I want to get my Teferi out on the battlefield here.
I won't hide from the wood. Keep up the pace.
Okay. Interesting game. Yeah, you can really see why there's 2 Farewell in the deck. I mean, if I... Like, Farewell was just the nuts here. And Narset looks great too. Impersonator, my Teferi, or my Narset? Teferi, then minus on the Narset, I assume. Minus on the Teferi? Huh. Ooh, okay, what's the plan here? Probably get like the 6-mana Overlord and shoot my Narset. And you even get the 2 triggers on the stack. Oh, that's sweet. That was a sick turn. Alright, pretty good. So this way they circumvent Farewell by getting a Planeswalker. Pretty damn nasty. And I just cannot find that stupid Farewell even though I played 2 copies. Like, how unlucky can I be? I've probably saw like 40 cards in my deck already. If not more, honestly. I'm 31 cards deep and I cast Memory Deluge like 3 times and Narset it how many times? 3 times as well. And Narset activated 3 times, Memory Deluge 3 times and could not find a stupid Farewell. 2 copies in the deck. Like, that is just ridiculous. Oh well, Magic the Gathering at its finest, I guess. Yeah, about that. I guess I'll. I don't even know. I guess I'll plus.
You show remorse. Oh, that.
It is pretty unreal. Like, that I haven't been able to find it. It is pretty damn unreal.
Keep up the pace.
I might have thrown the game on turn 5 when I played the Teferi into the flanker. But you know, that was a bit of a difficult game, like bit of a difficult thing to see. If I draw a Farewell at some point ever, I'd still have this. We'll see, I don't know. I honestly don't know how capable this deck is of grinding. I might get decked this game. Who knows? They have 80 cards. I only have 30. How do I win in the end? Like, it's very emblem, but they have Leyline bindings in their deck, so it's... I might just run out of cards. They accrued so much value. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose, honestly. Like, if I don't lose from this position, I would be surprised. They have another red Overlord to kill Teferi. It doesn't actually kill Teferi.
I won't let you win.
How much mana do I have? 5, 7. I'm 1 mana short from finding Farewell of this Deluge, unfortunately.
No time for a break.
I can find Verdict, I guess. Do I have a Verdict left in my deck? I think I have 1 left. Yeah. And now I'm gonna lose my... Am I gonna lose my Teferi? I guess I can kill both. If I could pop the Farewell here. No, of course I can't. Everything going the wrong way for me this game. I might just have to let my Teferi go. Use the Get Lost on their Teferi. I mean, they have so many resources at this point. They probably are fine. Even if I farewell them once. I'm just gonna... They're gonna deck me or kill me or something. I don't think I'm gonna be able to win this game. So if I kill the Overlord, 2 for what? I exile, normalize. And then I get lost this. They have a Teferi left in play that draws them 2 cards per turn. I'm down to 1 get lost in my deck. 1 Teferi left. They're just gonna shoot. If they attack, they're gonna hit me for 12 as well, which puts me to 2 life. This makes this cost 3 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty powerful that stupid removal just like that. This card started to turn the game around for them. The steaming sauna. It's pretty cool. Really weird things would have to happen for me to win this game. My opponent would have to seriously mess up, getting extremely unlucky from this point. I think it's close to 0% that I have any chance. Like, a farewell is effective enough at some point in the game, but not after they've drawn 20 extra cards. Then it's not effective enough anymore. Then you just can't beat anybody at that point. They've like drawn 3 cards extra per turn. No, I'm happy to commit more, I suppose. Could have countered the Yorion, I guess, but seems kind of whatever at this point. Like, draw an extra card from Beanstalk, I don't care. Making the Teferi, the clever impersonator, come back, does that do anything? Yeah, they decided that. We could do that and then just have a higher loyalty Teferi. Basically add a 1+1 counter to Teferi. That's not unreasonable. Alright, the interesting thing is what is coming out of this Enigmatic. What crazy creature you will get. They can sack the sauna, get a 6-drop. Maybe they have another Overlord to kill my Teferi with. Heliod. That's pretty good too, but I will... Yeah. Another Overlord is problematic for sure. Ach ja. Don't even have a manland in play to pressure the Teferi. I guess this list doesn't play that many manlands after all. Oh, the sauna lets you have infinite hands. Right, no, maximum hand size, I see. It's kind of cool.
We need to move quickly.
These type of games, if they would be played out in a paper tournament, 40 minutes on the clock at this point, I think. Like 30 to 40 probably. You have to play lightning fast. This is likely, this match would likely end up in a draw. Just so many game actions. This is something you can do online easily. Like, we just have 11 minutes. And 9 minutes off the clock, so that's 20 minutes in total. If you would add all the various game actions that would be taking, the shuffling, the searching, what have you, yeah. There's the hall. I'm essentially at dead, I guess. This is 5 plus 5 plus 4. So I kind of have to pop another farewell already. They don't seem to have instant speed removal, I guess. Maybe I can get there with the hall. If I win this game, I would be... Theoretically, I could have 10 lands in hand, I guess. That's not a land. Probably get a 4/4 and a shield counter. Opponent is playing well. Kaffeekette. Definitely playing well. Haven't really seen any mistakes. Okay, I can at least kill off the Teferi, I suppose. Maybe not. Maybe they have Leyline binding. Haven't seen a Leyline binding, which is kind of weird. Okay. Well, shield counter good against Verdict. If I activate Anchorage, free, then I have 1 free. I have exactly 7 mana, so it's 1 short of killing the Titan. Yeah. I could block the Titan with the 7/7. I don't know. I'm just gonna try to kill the Teferi. Oh, this has reach. Oops. It has reach, Arne. Ah, fuck. It has reach. Yeah. It even shows the reach pretty freaking big on there, doesn't it? What a game. Kill my Narset. Yeah, I'm down to 21 cards. I think I'm gonna press the concede button at this point. As I said, they drew like 25 extra cards this game that they weren't supposed to, and at that point, farewell is not the trump card anymore. At that point, it doesn't matter. At that point, you just lose. All right, let's remove Portable Hole. Let's add Dispute. Oh, I barely have Sideboard. I guess the only other reasonable card is the Horror. Do I want Horror? I guess so. Something to go over the top. Looks like that's exactly what I need here. My worst cards, I think, are some of these white cards over here. I think all of the cards on the right side, they are locked, so I have to cut 2 of these. Reversal doesn't seem good enough. Emperor looked pretty whatever. March and Get Lost can deal with stuff. Maybe cut an Emperor. And like 1 March. Maybe a Verdict. I feel like Verdict can kind of catch you back up on whatever they're doing. I think I like this the most. Yeah, another reason to play Narset is this matchup. Alright, fair enough. I think this is a good matchup for blue-white, all things considered. I took a look at Frank Carsten's stats, and it definitely showed that blue-white was ahead in this matchup. Which makes sense. But yeah, you do have to draw well sometimes to capitalize on being ahead. And to be fair, the margins of sort of how much ahead you are somewhat small. So it's a little unfortunate for me that they drew 2 of their best cards in the opening hand here. Definitely not optimal. Alright, you're in return, okay. I assume this will get disputed. No? Okay. Maybe we have a quick one here. Teferi running away with it. And at this point I would be a little bit surprised if they have Dovin's Veto in their hand. Because you would kind of want to keep that up now.
I won't hide from the world any longer.
Alright, fair enough.
This is hard, my lords. We need to move quickly.
The Yorion is actually an answer to my Teferi because they can legendary rule out if I play another Teferi and then exile the second one. Gotta be a little bit careful there. Enigmatic. You gonna get a Traxa here? Okay. Or maybe Agent of Treachery? That would be kind of sweet. Okay. Alright. We're getting a creature, an instant, which deals with my Planeswalker. An enchantment and a land. Pretty good stuff. I assume what's gonna happen here is they're gonna play Impersonator, try to complement the Teferi, which will work. And then they will get lost Metagame after I verdict here and minus on the Incarnation. I guess I don't... I could just plus, theoretically. Then they still get lost me. Do I want the Emperor? They will have an Impersonator on 5. Next turn I'll play Teferi, I guess. And I have 3 mana open. I'll keep it, I guess. Seems better than a random card. Impersonator, 2 games in a row, being an absolute MVP. If I had a no more lives here, that would be very good for me. Bam, bam, bam. But I don't. I do not.
I won't hide from the world any longer. You know what?
Good game. Just, things are really lining up for my opponent in this set, unfortunately for me. Everything going their way. They're clearly playing well. They might just be preparing for the regional championship, honestly. I mean, it's a German name. Kaffeekete. I mean, actually, is that... I was thinking that I might actually know them. Might actually be a judge from Berlin who's pretty talented at Magic, and who has helped me out with cards in the past for big tournaments, which is pretty awesome. But I'm not, maybe it is them, honestly. Cafe Keta, I'm not sure if that's like the handle online, but it might just be them. In which case, I guess I'm happy to help here prepare them for the regional championship, which they're presumably trying to play, or are already qualified for, likely. If I play Teferi in plus, they can minus, and then get rid of my Teferi. I probably just have to minus here. But then I really am not using anything else, do anything else with the mana. It's just, yeah, I just continuously, every turn of this entire set of games, I feel like I'm doing something that I have to do, but it doesn't feel great. And they just have the answer every time. To be fair, it was pretty damn sick that they went like Leyline Binding on my Teferi, then have last cut Enigmatic, go for Atraxa, find 4 cards. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I was sort of missing like one more counterspell in that whole scenario. If I would have had one more counterspell, I probably would have won this game, yeah. Like one more Normalize or Dovin's Veto, those are definitely the best cards in the matchup. And I didn't have it, and I lost. Blue-white control. I mean, I'm not particularly surprised that I'm not having like the most success with blue-white. I feel like blue-white's always been around, but there's just powerful stuff you can do in this format. And being proactive, especially, is always nice. And yeah, I mean, look at all these value providing cards. I guess I do have the 7/8 in my deck. That's something. Maybe I can search for that. Maybe it was a mistake to keep the Emperor. Doesn't look particularly good here. I guess I'm keeping that. Just make this bigger. Yeah. These games go long, that's for sure.
Focus and discipline, and keep an open mind.
You don't say. It will be revealed to them, whatever I take here. So if I take Farewell and try to slow roll it, that won't work. Whatever they have here is kind of well shut off by this Narset. They have Bitter Reunion to attack the Narset down. Tricky. Very tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. They have a Leyline Binding. I guess they have the activation of this open. I'm also down to 12 minutes. I'm kind of hoping they... I don't even know what I'm trying to... I mean, maybe to play some creature, give it haste, but I do have a 4/5 blocker. Ugh. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
a rest.
Card is quite good. Hit me for 9. Alright, you got it. I guess I could exile it with my Wandering Emperor. And that Steaming Sauna, just 5 mana, my personal mining hall, or holding mine. Too good, I suppose. Exile all graveyards, all enchantments. I do have a haul there at 15. We'll see. Maybe the hand is bad. I could see winning myself this game. Yeah. For some reason, I don't know, I had to laugh when I said that, because so far, every time when I felt like I maybe have a chance, they played a Titan of Industry or something like that to just completely swing the game in their favor again. And that is happening here as well. Yep. Everybody. Can also activate the hall, theoretically.
I am the Emperor's Convoke, and I will protect you. You are not much of a roadblock.
Anyone who stands in my way is getting sizzled.
Might be getting a little bit ahead of themselves. It's not like I'm winning this game, but I wonder what the perfect line here is. Okay, they do decide to plus. Alright. And then Impersonator doing what? Copy my Emperor? Copy Fable? Copy another Chandra?
I'm Chandra, the immolation sensation.
Huh. I think they're getting ahead of themselves a little bit, maybe. Now you kill that. Interesting. Huh. Huh.
Orderly is the best way to destroy things.
So I have this hall here, which deals a lot of damage. And is pretty good at eating Chandras.
Kinda crashed into her here. My prowess is on my... I have just the trick for this.
Okay, well, I guess I did turn things around. I feel like my opponent messed up there. 5 to my face. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Was that the last 2 cards? I mean, I guess that was the plan. Oh, whatever. I guess skill issue. I don't know.
Meditate and prepare.
Definitely a skill issue. Was that the last 2 cards? Was that the plan? I guess then it's defensible what they did there. But
Hone your prowess.
yeah. Crazy. GG. Alright. Cool match. Cool match. Long match. Cool. Was fun. GG's. Well played. Yeah. Looks like a good version of this archetype. Choosing to play Lightning Helix, a bit of a Naya version. Some versions play black, are heavy on black with nowhere to run. This version says no to that, which I have no real opinion on, to be honest with you. The Roaring Furnace looked very cool. I really like that. I mean, it is not only a 2-mana removal that is nice, you know, when you're playing against an aggressive creature deck. It is then also a 2-mana enchantment you can sacrifice into an Enigmatic on curve on turn 4 to get a free drop, but also later in the game you can convert it into the Sauna, which can draw you cards in a grindy matchup like blue-white, or you can also sack the Sauna into the Enigmatic at that point, get a 6-drop. So like this card just does it all in a way, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. Alright, cool. That was, I guess, blue-white control, showcasing this deck. I'm planning to try most of these top archetypes. I think I'm going to try my hands on this Overload deck as well. I'm going to try Prowess, Phoenix, see all the new lists and what they're made of, if they're good, just get a feel for the format, showcase them a little bit for you guys, and see how those decks perform, yeah. Well, I hope you are looking forward to enjoy this little Explorer ride with me that I'm going to do, the Pioneer X course for the Regional Championship in Lille next weekend. And yeah, join me along the ride, I suppose. All right, guys, see you in the next one.